Hello again, everyone. Sorry these videos are really late. We've all been super busy and stuff going on in life. You know how it is. So, this week's topic is religion. And we were going to do this topic last week, but we didn't really have an adequate amount of time to do it, just with how busy everyone's been. So, I started working on this video, and I must have recorded this like 5 or 6 times. Like, sat down and tried to record these videos, and I had a whole list of things planned out. I'm going to say this, this, and this, but none of it was coming out the way I really wanted it to, so I've kind of thrown that aside, and I'm just going to talk to you from my own heart and see how that works. Hopefully it's not going to be atrocious or anything. So if you watched the previous videos, you know that I am Christian and identify as pansexual, which is an attraction to all genders. So for me, I grew up in a very conservative and Christian home, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I still hold to many of those ideals and values. And growing up that way, though, it made it difficult when I was dealing with my orientation because of what I'd been raised to believe about homosexuality and all of that stuff. So I was really confused. I didn't know what to do growing up. I freaked out, worried. I thought that I was an awful person and that God would hate me. And finally, when I decided to do my own research, when I realized that I couldn't pretend that this wasn't who I was anymore, I found that there wasn't anything wrong with being, well, I was identifying as bisexual at the time, so anything wrong with being bisexual, gay, lesbian, pansexual, transgender, whatever, it doesn't matter. And that, you know, people interpret things in the Bible to mean what they want them to mean, and not really taking into consideration the context of the times and the situations in which they're written in. I will post a link to some videos that go into more detail about what the verses mean. So I don't want to talk about all that here. I don't really have the time to talk about all of it here. And I just want to say that you have to consider the context when you're looking at any religious text, to when it was written and why it was written. And also just, I want everyone to know that no matter what people say to you, that you can't believe this, or you can't be a Christian, or whatever, because of your orientation or your gender identity, they're wrong. You believe what you believe, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you stick to those beliefs, and you do what is right and what you believe in, and you don't have to change that because of your sexual orientation or your gender identity. No matter what that belief is, whether that your beliefs are similar to mine and that you're Christian, or they're different, that you're Wiccan or a spiritualist or you know, like Buddhist, Hindu, whatever you are. You find what you believe, and it doesn't matter if you're gay. Your beliefs are your beliefs, and you're not going to hell because you're LGBTQ. And I just want to say that God loves you, every single one of you, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. He really doesn't care about that. He made you the way you are, special and amazing. And for those of you out there who think that it's a sin, I'm not going to try and persuade you in this video, though if you want to ask me why I believe that, feel free to send us a message. But if you do, remember that Jesus ate with those outside the religious crowd. He ate with the lowly. He ate with the sinners, and he didn't exclude people because they were outside of society or they were considered to be sinners or wrongdoers, he ate with them, he spent time with them, he was friends with them, and he loved them. And that does not mean calling out judgments on people. That means really showing love to them, and love without judgment. It's not our place as Christians to judge other people. That's God's place, and he'll deal with things the way he'll deal with them when time comes, and that's not your business. That's not any of our business except for the person and God's. So off of that, I just want to say that if you are struggling with your orientation and your faith, and if that happens to be Christian, God loves you. If it's something else, find what you believe. And I can promise you, there are other people of your faith who are LGBTQ. And if you want any help or advice or anything, know that we're here to talk to you. And if you are struggling with your religious beliefs and want more information, please send us a question or post a comment below, and we'll help you out as much as we possibly can. So, for everyone who believes the same as I do or doesn't, just know that God loves you, and may God bless every one of you, whether you share my faith or not. And have a great week and awesome weekend.